from the KXLY News Center in downtown Spokane. This is KXLY 4 News at 6, working for you.
Well, here's a live look over downtown Spokane. A gorgeous day and really just a gorgeous start to the next week. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Caiti Currey. Casey Lund has the night off. Drew, it's only going to get better from here.
Yeah, that's right, Katie. We are in for a beautiful rest of the weekend and an even better looking beginning to
Thanks, Drew. Well, this week was an exciting week at Green Bluff. It marked the start of strawberry season, but for one popular U-Pick orchard, there was concern over whether people would even be able to get there. KXLY4's Caroline Flynn working for you with how a major road closure is sending strawberry lovers on a 3-mile detour.
The co-owner of Walter's Fruit Ranch says he feels blessed to see families enjoying his U-Pick farm today, as the last few weeks have been challenging for his business.
For us, it was pretty much non-existent. People pretty much thought we were closed.
Customers normally get to the ranch by driving up Daymount Spokane and taking a left on Dunn Road. But thanks to a major 18-inch drop across it, that's no longer possible.
This road, we've had troubles over the years with it washing out, but never to this degree where the county had to completely close the road.
Anyone looking to get to Walter's Fruit Ranch are forced to take a 3-mile detour. The only problem was, at first, very few detour signs were put up, leaving customers lost, confused, and frustrated.
Originally, I would have said just 3 businesses, but I've talked to a lot of the other businesses, and they've said that it's kind of affected them, too, along the road, because a lot of people will take that Dunn Road to take the East Loop.
Some businesses took matters into their own hands, creating their own detour signs. Earlier this week, Morrell contacted his local commissioner.
Right away, once they knew there was a problem, they got up here and put some detour signs up.
As well as add a sign, businesses open, as the road closure signs seem to be a little misleading to those who've never ventured up to Green Bluff.
And we're really blessed to see that people found the way and are showing up, because we really needed it.
Because of the winter we had, many roads in Spokane are in need of repairs. Morrell said once officials realized how much this particular closure was affecting businesses, they are aiming to get it done sooner rather than later.
And that was Caroline Flynn reporting. Well, parts of downtown Spokane shut down today after a fight between 2 men escalated into a near-fatal stabbing. Spokane police responded to Riverside and Howard, where they say one of the men stabbed the other in the chest.
And we have one person with a chest wound with life-threatening injuries that was taken to the hospital.
Well, SPD was able to detain the person they believe is responsible. There was no threat to the community at this time. Taking a look back at a story we first brought you in May, Edward Bushnell was acquitted of all charges in the death of William Poindexter. You'll remember Bushnell told police that Poindexter, who was African-American, was abusing his girlfriend. When Bushnell stepped in to help, he said Poindexter hit him with a bat. Bushnell shot Poindexter in the back, killing him. He argued it was out of self-defense, and the jury agreed with him, acquitting him of all charges. But many members of the community feel differently. Today, an event was held at Liberty Park, crowds expressing displeasure with this specific verdict, as well as others. A release for the event claims that Poindexter's death is not an isolated incident, but a result of a system riddled with racial disparities. Hosted by several groups, including the Spokane NAACP, the crowds heard from several speakers on matters of racial and social justice, and then marched from Liberty Park to 5th and Altamont, where the shooting took place. That rally just days after the Minnesota police officer who shot and killed Philando Castile last July was acquitted of all charges as well. Castile's death was especially high profile as his girlfriend live streamed the aftermath, explaining to eventually millions of people how Castile had been shot by Officer Geronimo Yanez during a traffic stop. The city of St. Anthony, where Yanez served, announced that he would be dismissed as an officer, but it did not stop protesters from gathering throughout the state last night and into today. In other news around the nation tonight, after days of deliberation and a few heated exchanges between the judge and defense, the judge has called a mistrial in the criminal case against Bill Cosby. ABC's Maggie Rulli has the latest from outside the courthouse in Norristown, Pennsylvania.
The fate of America's dad is still in question. Today, the judge calling a mistrial in the sexual assault case against Bill Cosby.
He walked into this trial presumed innocent. He leaves it presumed innocent.
Reporters in the courtroom say Cosby's team was hugging and congratulating one another. But supporters of his accuser, Andrea Constand, say not so fast.
It's too early for him to celebrate.
The district attorney's office announcing they plan to take Cosby back to court. They're going to do it as soon as possible.
There's no doubt in my mind, in all of our minds, that this was the right thing to do, and so we will push forward.
The jury deliberated for 54 hours, longer than the trial itself, asking a dozen questions, even wanting to know the exact definition of reasonable doubt. Constand accuses Cosby of drugging and sexually assaulting her in 2004. Her case is the only criminal prosecution against Cosby out of the more than 50 women who have accused the comedian of sexual misconduct and or drugging. Cosby has denied the accusations made by these women.
It's a challenging case, but I mean, for many of the accusers, they think it's a pretty simple case, and that if we're other than Mr. Cosby, maybe there would have been a different result.
Cosby never took the stand himself, but last night he spoke publicly for the first time since the trial began.
I also want to thank the supporters who've been here.
The district attorney's office has 1 year to retry Cosby, but we're told it will happen much sooner, possibly within the next few months. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Norristown, Pennsylvania.
Louisiana Congressman Steve Scalise upgraded from critical to serious condition today. The MedStar Hospital in Alexandria, Virginia said today that Scalise is continuing to show signs of improvement after he was wounded in a shooting at a Republican baseball practice on Wednesday. The horrific incident has sparked a nationwide blood drive. If you would like to donate in honor of Congressman Scalise and those wounded on Wednesday, just stop by any open Inland Northwest Blood Center now through Sunday. You can also make an appointment to do just that. We've attached a link online on KXLY.com where you can make those appointments. In news around the world tonight, a search and rescue mission still underway for 7 American sailors who went missing after their ship and a Philippine container ship collided off the coast of Japan. The USS Fitzgerald severely damaged the other ship, weighing 3 times more. The Navy has confirmed multiple injuries. 5 sailors were medevaced, including the commanding officer.
Hard to imagine what this crew has had to endure, the challenges they've had to overcome, but I'm extremely proud of their courage and dedication.
Officials are unsure what could have happened to cause the collision, but the USS Fitzgerald will likely be out of service for a long time. Do you have a news tip or story idea? Contact KXLY. You can call the newsroom at 324-4004 or join the conversation on Facebook and Twitter. Just search KXLY4 News. Well, coming up on KXLY4 News at 6, a parade of paws. Man and man's best friend stepping up to help the Humane Society today.
We have a lot of things coming up. Father's Day, the first week of summer, and then, of course, Hoop Fest. I'll have details on what the weather will be like for all of those coming up.
Live from the KXLY News Center in downtown Spokane, this is KXLY 4 News at 6, working for you.
We should be dry, just missing some moisture that will start to move in at the beginning of next week. So we won't see any of that for Hoop Fest. Perfect weather for getting out there and playing.
Perfect weather for Hoop Fest. It's been in the 90s and triple digits the last few years. Very hot,
I like the 70s.
Mid-70s.
Yep, that's
going to be great. Well, thanks, Drew. It was a beautiful morning for the Spokane Humane Society's Parade of Paws. Hundreds of people came out with their 4-legged friends to contribute to the shelter. KXLY4's Rachel DeYoung is working for you with how this event meant for you and your pets help other animals who are waiting for long-term homes.
They're our best friends and our most loyal companions, so there's no doubt that we do everything we can to make sure they stay healthy and happy. But there are over 30 dogs still at the Spokane Humane Society who need forever homes, and they need to be taken care of too.
And that's what Parade of Paws is all about. For 14 years, the Spokane Humane Society has held the event, raising funds for animals staying at the shelter, with a fun 2 or 4 mile walk for you and your furry friends, and plenty of pet-friendly booths to check out too. Everyone participating donates to the Humane Society Society, donations that on their own keep the shelter going.
So we are not funded by the state or the county. All of our donations are private from the community, from the public. So events like this are extremely important because the donations we get from the community is what sustains our agency.
Kelly Greenwell rescued 2 dogs years ago. She came out to Parade of Paws to support what she says is a great cause.
They do a great job of keeping the dogs healthy and getting the word out and adopting them, putting them into good homes. So I think it's great. Instead of breeding, you find dogs that are already in need of a home.
Over 500 dogs and 700 people participated in the Parade of Paws this year.
If you're interested in donating or adopting, you can check out our website, KXLY.com. There's a link to the Humane Society's website posted there. In Spokane, I'm Rachel DeYoung, KXLY 4 News.
Rachel really had the tough assignment today, getting to hang out with all the puppies. Well, the event raised over $47,000 last year. We'll find out how much they raised this year on Monday. Hopefully, they beat that number, and hopefully, the M's start playing a little better.
Yes, they need to. They got us all excited a couple weeks ago, had this crazy streak. They're the hottest team in baseball now, regressing right back to where they were at the beginning of the season. Another L today in Texas. We'll have the low lights. Plus, we saw Caiti Currey on Snapchat on the course last week. Crowd favorite heading into Sunday, 2 strokes back. Fowler goes 4 under today. Big Sunday on tap at Erin Hills. We were talking about it during the break. Your golf game on point as well. Saw it on
really
Snapchat.
Unmatched.
Yeah, you could hang with those guys, right?
Easily. I would put them to shame.
63 for Justin Thomas. How many holes would it take you for 63 swings?
We will be. We'll be right back with let's look at weather.
Thanks for watching KXLY 4 News.
Final look at your 7-day forecast tomorrow. Temperatures starting to go up, 76 degrees, partly cloudy, then 86 and sunny on Monday. Tuesday still into the 80s. Then for the rest of the week, we will be sunny and into the upper 70s. Things looking good for Hoop Fest. We're going to stay dry, 76 degrees on Saturday, 75 on Friday. That is some perfect weather, both to play basketball and to watch basketball. Not too hot, not too cold.
Perfect
Not gonna
week to
rain.
welcome summer.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Well, on this day, 45 years ago, the nation woke up to the break-in that would irreversibly change the political landscape. On June 17, 1972, a security guard at the Watergate office complex in Washington, D.C. noticed tape over some of the doors. 5 men were arrested for breaking in and attempting to bug the National Democratic headquarters. And in the months to come, Washington Post reporters Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein would team up to write a number of stories on the break-in and the cover-up, with the help of a secret source, later revealed to be the second-ranking man at the FBI. That would lead to criminal trials for a number of high-ranking U.S. officials, including a former attorney general, as well as the impeachment and eventually resignation of President Richard M. Nixon. He is our only president to ever resign. A fun history fact for your Saturday night. I know Drew learned a lesson.
I had never heard that before.
Always good to brush up. Always good.
Let's end it there. Have a great night, everyone. We'll be back tomorrow. And happy Father's Day.
You're watching KXLY 4 News.